How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is episode 10 of a Let's Play series for Farming Simulator 22 on the mod map Pallegney. And where we last left off, we ended up getting everything we needed done for the sheep pasture in order to get it fully operational. We plowed, we limed, we fertilized, we did everything we had to do. We also installed the Lime Master, the piece of equipment there at the farm, similar to the Ferty Master that we have, that is going to make us some lime. So that thing is rocking and rolling. We're getting stones from the fields. We're getting stones from the sugar beets that we're producing. We are just chugging and chugging and chugging along. And it is working out perfectly. What do we have going on here today? Well, as you can see, we have a couple of contracts, and I hear through the grapevine that the owner for the equipment for the next contract, because I'm having to lease out all these equipment and kind of borrow everything at the moment because I don't own that much, but I hear that the owner is a bit eccentric, just a wee bit eccentric, and is very, very particular about their equipment. So I am told that I'm going to have to be extremely, extremely careful, but that if I do the job and I do it well, I will be able to get a fair bit of money out of the deal. So it's going to work out, and they're extremely nervous. They only are giving me the equipment because I am so highly recommended. I have done such a great job here in the town of Pallegney that I've developed myself a very good reputation, and yeah, they're entrusting me with their equipment. And like I said, I haven't seen it yet. I don't know what to expect, but from what I understand, when I see the equipment, I'll understand why. I'll understand why I'm hearing all these kind of little tales. I'll also understand why that they're very protective over their machinery. But we do have a contract going on right here. We've got some cultivating to do, so let's go ahead and do it. Let's get onto the field. Drop this down. There we go. And now we're gonna rock and roll and get this whole field cultivated. You can see pretty decent sized field for this size of cultivator, so this is going to take a little while, so gonna get to work on that. And we're just wrapping up this particular contract. Oh, let me get this little tough I left behind. There we go. Alright, gonna run back over to the shop. Gonna pick up the equipment for the next contract. Now, oh, I can see it's already up there waiting for me. It is a mowing and tedding contract, so we're gonna be making some hay. And, well, I see what they were talking about when they said that, yeah, eccentric, I think is what they ended up using. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess the equipment doesn't matter. It just matters that it works. Let's go ahead and hook up to the weight here. And then the mower. Bright purple tractor and baler. Well, I'm gonna have to be very, very careful with this equipment, because if I want to be able to continue to work on contracts like these and even get these really good ones where, yeah, it might have equipment that is unique, we'll say that, unique, then they're also going to pay me well, so I'm going to take good care of it. So I'm going to head over to the field there. It's just on the other side of the bridge over here, and then we'll get to work. So we're just getting here to the field. We're going to pull in. Drop that down. Let's close the gate up. There we go. All right. And now it is time to get to work. We've got all this field to mow. We've got to ted it to make some hay. Then we got to bale it, and then we got to transport it. So I'm gonna get to mowing this. Shouldn't take long, just a couple passes. Putting the finishing touches on the mowing portion. And just like that. Now we need to go grab the tedder so that way we can make some hay. Go ahead and just open the gate. We'll leave it open. Don't have to close it at this point in time. We'll close it when we get back. There we go. Alright. Go ahead and cut us out here. Cut us back in once we get the tedder. So I'm pulling back in right here to the field. Go ahead and close the gate and get right up on the corner there. Drop down the tedder and let's get to making some hay. Again, shouldn't be too long. This is going to be a pretty quick job. A couple passes and we'll be good to go. Last couple of passes here to make all the hay, and then we'll head back up. We'll grab the baler as well as the bale trailer. There we go. Perfection. Yeah. All right. Head back up to the shop. Grab that stuff. We'll get right back to it. All right, so we are pulling in. Now this is where it's going to be very difficult. Gonna try and pull in gracefully. There we go. Look at that. Like, we actually know what we're doing. And then drop this down. There we go. Alright, so I just put the finishing touches on this field. Got what looks to be, what, 4 full bales and a whole bunch of partial in here. But I just received a phone call. It was actually the owner of the field and all this equipment. They were apparently keeping an eye on me while I was working just to make sure that none of their equipment got broken. But they were very happy with how careful I was being with all their equipment, and they called up and said, hey, they got a buddy that just has a farm just down the road, and he needs a little bit of work done as well. A little bit of hay needs to be made from his field. So he asked me if I'd be willing to go ahead and take his equipment and go ahead and do it. So I said, yeah, of course, not an issue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take all the baler and the trailer over to the farm over there. It's actually right over there. You can see it just barely peeking through the trees off to the right there. And they just had a little itty-bitty grass field right up in front of their house there. Just need some help taking care of it. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on that. Now, let's see. I think it's here. I need to turn. Yeah, here it is. Right here at the... Right here. So I need to get this equipment and turn it around. Actually, I might be able to pull out right here. Yeah, right here would be fine. I'll be able to stage it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and grab the mower and get to mowing, get the tedding, doing all that stuff, and then I'll be right back here. So I'm going to drop this off just like so. I'm even going to drop off the weight because I can just bring over the mower and mower and tedder all at once if I do it this way. So I will cut us out here, cut us back in once we get to work. All right, made it back. Gonna first park the tedder right there. I need to connect to this weight because otherwise this is very, very top heavy. Or back heavy, I should say. Now let's unfold. And here we go. Field number 2. There we go. Mowing's all done. Now I was told I was able to keep all this stuff up here, and actually I gotta leave this unfolded. So I just gotta park it neatly right here in the corner, and then the owner will come by later and pick it up. So let's go ahead, do this. And hay time. There we go, 202. Now, let's make it 3 for 3. Alright, we are all done here. Let's go ahead and first drop off the trailer for a second. We'll fold away the baler. Can leave that right over here. Just like so. And now we can just take the trailer itself over to sell all these bales. Now let's see if we go like so. Perfect. 7 bales, not too shabby out of those 2 small fields. Now I'm going to make my way over to the sell point, get all the products sold off, and then going to return everything. Yes, this way. Return everything, and yeah, be good to go. Collecting the contracts, we'll return all the equipment, make sure that the owner is happy and satisfied. Make sure I didn't do anything unsettling with their equipment here. But yeah, hopefully based on getting another contract from them, should be good to go. But I will meet you over at the sell point as soon as we get there. Alright, so we are pulling in to the sell point right here. Now what I'm going to do, here we're going to pull up just a bit. So that way when we unload the bales, we can push them in slowly and then sell them. We don't have to sell everything all at one go. So actually, 7 bales. Nah, let's just go ahead and sell. We'll get rid of them. Whatever we get, we get. So unload. Pow. All right, so we'll get whatever we got for the contracts plus an extra 5 grand for the overage. So that works out just fine. All right, well, now I get to return the equipment back to the farm, and I will meet you back at my farm. We'll see you over there. All right, so I had a fair bit of a walk back to the farm. As you can see, the sheep pasture is looking very good. It's starting to grow and is, yeah, it is ready to go. I'm really, really happy about that. But on my way over here, I had started making a few phone calls. One to my contractor and one to the actual electric company. And it turns out that the local electric company will give you a stipend if you go ahead and install some kind of green energy product, either wind turbines or like solar panels, things like that. And if you create extra power, you can backfeed it to the power company, and they'll actually pay you based on the kind of overage that you have. So got my contractor over here, and they should be able to install some a few things. So I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what they got in store for us. And here we go. Due to the limited amount of space that we have here on the farm, I had to kind of come up with some kind of creative solution. And I thought this would be very nice. So we got a couple of little wind turbine generators that's going to produce some power, and we're going to be able to backfeed whatever overage that we have out to the actual power company. So we're going to get paid every single time that we have an overage. It's amazing. Very, very happy about that. But while I was over here, I realized, hey, I've got a whole bunch of fertilizer that needs to be taken care of. I've even got a little bit of lime that needs to be, dealt with. So need to start figuring out some things. First things first, I'm going to grab my tractor, my little telehandler, and get this kind of straightened up. Go take this over to the train station for storage. And then we're going to go ahead and probably process a little bit more of this lime, because we do have some stone here. Actually, let's go ahead and just turn that on right now. There we go. So now that's going to chug away and produce some more lime. Not a whole lot, but enough. Certainly going to be enough. Let's see. Yeah, we got a little bit of stone in here as well. Got tons of slurry, tons of sugar beet cut. We're going to have to figure out something to do with the sugar beet here soon, because we don't have a lot more room. So yeah, we're gonna be figuring out a few things. So let's go ahead and grab the telehandler, which is right there. We're gonna get the trailer, and then we're gonna make our way over. Let's see, the trailer I think is tucked away over here. There it is. Perfect. So yeah, we're going to have to put on the tipper body. There we go. And also, we're going to have to figure out something to do with this butter. We got quite a bit of it kind of scrolled up over here. And yeah, we're still producing. We still got plenty over here. So yeah, we're gonna be getting to work. Alright, so we got everything pretty much loaded up for the most part. I think this ought to be done, and it is. So let's go ahead and turn that off. We got this Freddy Master making even more. How much more room do I have? Not a lot. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and let that chuggo along while we are taking this up to the train station. So first, whoops. First things first. Let's go ahead and, oh, it's because, there we go. Let's tip that up. There. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and head over to the train silo. I will meet you over there as soon as we get there. Alright, made it up here to the train depot here. Gonna go ahead and load all 23,000 liters into the silo there. That should give me a pretty good start. There we go. Dump that in. Excellent. Excellent. Now, head back to the farm and get back to work. Alright, so I'm back here at the farm, and now I need to figure out what exactly I'm going to do with my my sugar beets. All those cut sugar beets, because they're just sitting there in the processor, and it's almost full. Like, it's completely slam packed with product. We can see here, yeah, it's about 6,000 liters from being completely topped off, and yeah, I just need to figure something out. So I mean, I've got slurry in here as well. I've got a whole bunch of slurry here in the hold well here. You can see, let's see, oh yeah, 51,000 liters of slurry in here. So I mean, we got tons of slurry, we got tons of cut sugar beets, and I just don't know. You know what? I'm gonna go inside the house. I'm gonna talk things over with the missus and just kind of clear my head, try and think of something that can be done here. It's just, I got some thoughts, I got some ideas. I just don't know if they're gonna be feasible. So, I'm gonna go inside and think about it a little bit. Alright, some time has passed, and I went ahead and sat down, spoke with the missus, and we were trying to figure some things out, and it just kind of hit me that there's something that I need to do in order to kind of be successful, and specifically with these sugar beets, because I've got a whole mess of them now at the farm, almost 60,000 liters, and I could sell them outright, could just, you know, get rid of them and all that, but the problem is that they're not going to bring much of anything. But where they will be more utilized is as a upstream product, as something to kind of utilize for something later. And it got me to thinking, what can I do in order to facilitate this? Well, I could look around town for a sugar factory. Well, the only one I can find here in town, the owner wants a massive payout. They want almost like $1 million just for the mill. I can't afford that right now. It's just not feasible. But it's also not just any mill. It does all sorts of stuff. They make all sorts of product there. So maybe one day we can save up some money. You know, we kind of had that line of communication open, which is cool. But still need to do something with those sugar beets. So decided, how about I go to the bank, borrow some money, get a loan, and then I can buy the biogas plant. So that's what I did. I went out, borrowed quite a bit of money, about 400 grand, and I'm going to use that money to go up, purchase the biogas plant, and then make one or two small improvements to the biogas plant. As you can see, it's way over there. And I think that is going to provide us with a very, very nice means of processing the sugar beets, having some kind of downstream effect for those sugar beets, and at the same time being able to potentially utilize other products for this as well. We'll have a place to have digestate, we'll be generating power as well. So we've got kind of power being generated at the farm, we got power that will be generated here. It works itself out very, very well. But I already arranged a meeting to talk with the current owner, soon hopefully to be former owner. So let's see. I will go look around here and see if I can find them and see if we can sign some paperwork. So I will see you in a little while. And now I am the proud owner of the biogas plant. That's right, $350,000. I went ahead and spent it, and now we own this. We have a place where we can take our cut sugar beets and process them. We'll be able to make digestate, power, and methane. That's the other one. So we'll just automatically sell power and methane just right off the bat. No big deal. But we'll be able to start creating digestate and really start utilizing that. But I really don't have a need for digestate at the moment. I really just don't need it. So I got a hold of my contractor, and they're gonna build me something pretty cool. So I will be right back. Alright, so this is the part where I normally cut back in and say, here it is. But there's a problem. I went reading through all my paperwork, all my contracts and whatnot, and realized there's a small problem. So normally I would buy the biogas plant and it would be including the land and all that. I didn't read the fine print and realized that I don't actually own the property that this biogas sits on. I actually only own the tanks, vats, fermenter, all that stuff. That's all I own is this equipment here. The property is not mine. I can't even legally use these bunkers here to make silage. I have to purchase the grounds separately for almost another $250,000. So all in, this whole property here is well over $500,000. So yeah, right now that's not in the cards to be able to afford all that. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to hold on to digestate for a while, but that's okay. That's okay. We got something to build towards. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the farm. Gonna grab my telehandler, my tanker, and start shuffling product. But this is the great thing though, is that not only do we have a place for the cut sugar beet, but we also have a place for the slurry. So all in all, we're gonna be making out pretty good on this transaction. We got plenty of slurry. We've got plenty of cut sugar beets, probably more than what the intake can handle, probably considerably more than what it can handle. So we're going to have to, slowly but surely just keep feeding this in there, and hopefully we're going to be able to take and put out more of the products from the farm than we are going to be able to ingest. So that's my hope, is we'll be able to get all the products out in a relatively easy fashion. So we shall see. But I'm going to go ahead and get everything all set up and start transporting products. We'll see you over there. So we're here just loading up all these sugar beets. We got an absolute ton of these to go through. We're going to start with these. That way it's going to clear up as much room as possible in the actual production point here. Oh yeah, look at that. Now we're going to have more than enough. Okay, so that trailer is full. Let's see if we can actually get a good chunk of this in, because whatever is not accepted within the biogas, then the rest of them we're going to have to either sell, hang on to. Not quite sure, but we'll see. We'll see how it all goes. But I will go ahead and cut us out here and meet you over there when we get to the biogas. So we're pulling up the biogas plant with our very first load. Got to dump this in, see what it can handle. So we got a whole load of this stuff. Oh, is this little telehandler going to have the power? It looks like it'll do alright. Although slowly, it will get there surely. Okay, here we go. Okay, so it took a fair bit, more than what I was expecting actually. So let's see. Okay, about 12,000 liters. So it's not everything we wanted to take, but it's certainly better than nothing. So at this point, we've got a whole load of cut sugar beets in this trailer. So let's get rid of the rest of what's in this trailer. So let's see, the animal dealer, forage dealer. Looks like the forage dealer is going to be the winner, but the mill is a lot closer. And it's not that much of a difference per 1,000 liters. It's less than $30 per 1,000 liters. So let's just go to the mill. We will take a hit, a small hit, but in the end, it'll probably save us more in gas. It'll probably cost us more in diesel than it would to just take the hit. But I will cut us out here. We're actually going to head right down the valley on the other side of town. You can see it just there in the distance. Meet you over at the mill. Alright, so we're almost to the mill, right over there. You can see the big paddle wheel just paddling away. Now the unload point is right over on the other side of the building over here. Now let's pull in here. And there we go. Like I said, not a huge payout. Less than $4,000 for all that, but now we are just gonna have to maintain. Now we got to go back to the farm. We're gonna fill up a liquid tanker full of slurry, and then take that to the biogas plant. Get another process running. So I will be right back. Alright, pulling in here. I think I'll be able to squeeze through the doorway. Yeah, look at that. Just like so. A little bit of a tight squeeze, but we got it. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and fix up everything. Let's see. Get that. Now we want the liquids tanker. Alright, same thing goes here. We're going to fill up the slurry. We're going to start with this processor right here. There we go. Now, that is completely emptied out of slurry. That is exactly what we want. Now let's go down over here. We'll top this off with more slurry. Something like that. Get spun around. Alright. Head out to the biogas plant. We'll see you there. Alright, biogas plant is coming into view again. And we need to drop off this slurry. Once we drop off the slurry, then we'll be good to go. We've got couple of new processes going on right now. I mean, this is actually really exciting. This whole biogas plant here, we're going to be able to really open things up with this. So now I think, yeah, there's the inlet right there. So let's go ahead and back up to it. There we go. It took some doing, but we finally got the hookups all done. And let's see. Oh, wow. That is going to take way more slurry than I thought it was going to. That's excellent. All right, well, let's go get some more. It's going to take us a little bit to get back here and get everything loaded in, but it'll work out just fine. So I will grab the rest of that digestate. Be right back. Alright, here is batch number 2. This is going to be a good chunk of product right here. So let's see, we got now, oh yeah, this thing's almost half full with slurry. That's excellent. Alright, let's get the rest of it and then move on to the next. Alright, here we have the last little bit of slurry that we're going to be putting in here. Let's go ahead and get this parked into position. There we go. Now we need to take this. Perfect. Get this in there and then we'll be good to go. And just like that, 65,000 liters of slurry that is already in here is producing. We already have 120 liters of slurry, digestate. That's amazing. That is excellent. We're just going to be chugging away. We're going to be producing power and methane. Those are going to get sold off automatically. And we're also going to be producing all that digestate. So we're just going to hang on to that until we can figure out what we can do with it. So now we're heading back to the farm. Alright, so I made it back to the farm here, and I've been just sitting here huffing and puffing. I am really still kind of steamed about how I made such a glaring mistake and oversight in regards to the fine print there at the biogas plant. It is just, it is one of those where it was a rookie mistake. It was just a rookie mistake. I went there, I didn't read the entire contract, I just kind of skimmed through it and didn't realize until the last possible second that all the land that I was going to utilize, or at least I thought I was going to utilize, is not mine. I can't build on that property unless I were to buy the property separately from the biogas plant. And it's just so incredibly frustrating that all my plans had been kind of shuffled out from under me. But I am going to do my best to adapt and overcome. How am I going to do that? Well, I got a hold of my contractor. I told him I'm going to spend some money, a little bit more than what I was originally anticipating, because I was working with him to have a distributorship there at the biogas plant. That's what I was going to build. But then I got to thinking about it after I arrived here. It's like, I'm already working on producing fertilizer. I've got all this fertilizer being made here. I've got lime being made here. Why don't I focus and really start getting really deep into fertilizer? Why don't I become Pallegney's fertilizer magnate? There's so many farmers in this area that could be using very good, high quality fertilizers, and I could be the person that gives it to them. So, with that in mind, I got a hold of my contractor. It's after hours, so he was very kind to come out and do a little bit of work for me. I'm going to go ahead and turn him loose, and I'll show you what I got in store. And here we go. We have got us a brand new dryer here on the farm. That's right, we are going to be able to utilize all that digestate. Instead of just having a distributorship where we're going to just sell and ship throughout the country, throughout the town here, we're going to actually utilize that product. We're going to utilize the digestate, bring it here, and make fertilizer. We're going to dry it out, purify it, and make it into the highest quality fertilizers that we can make. And the great thing about this particular production point is not only does this take digestate, but it also takes slurry. Check that out. So that's going to be amazing. So we're producing tons of slurry here. We're sending a good chunk of it over to the biogas plant, over to here to the fertilizer maker that we had, and now we'll send it here to a secondary stage fertilizer maker. So we've got 2 fertilizer producers here on the farm now. And because of these 2 productions, we're going to be really, really good shape. And then on top of all that, we have digestate being made over at the biogas plant. And that means digestate can be brought over here and made into fertilizer. And that's what I'm going to do real quick. I'm going to go get my telehandler, my trailer, going to go ahead and load up a whole bunch of digestate. I think we got maybe 1,000 liters, give or take. We'll go load it up, we'll bring it over, and we'll start the process. And soon, when we start getting some more product, we get some more slurry from the cows, we get some more slurry from the sugar beet processing, all that, we'll be able to then make a whole bunch of fertilizer. Between the 2 production points, we'll be up to our necks in fertilizer. I cannot wait for that day to come, because we're going to be taking products that are super, super cheap on their own. They're practically free to us. You know, we got cows that are making a whole bunch of slurry. We've got the sugar beet processing that's making it as a byproduct. And then we're going to take all that and turn it into a product that's 100 times its value. We might get $50 per 1,000 liters for either one of those products. We're going to change that and make it into a $2,000 per 1,000 liters product. It's going to be a huge profit increase. And yeah, we're getting, you know, a recipe that's basically a 2-to-1 ratio. We're going to be putting 2 parts in and 1 part out. But we're getting a product that is infinitely higher value. So all in all, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. So like I said, I'm going to come up here, grab the digestate that we have so far. It's roughly about 1,000 liters. And then we're going to take that out and let the process begin. So I'm pulling in here at the farm. I have 820 liters of digestate. Not a whole lot, but it's going to be infinitely more valuable than its current state. So I am really, really looking forward to getting this process underway. So let's go ahead. Bring this trailer over. Oh, wait, I just had it. There we go. Now, let's turn this on. There it goes. It is going to chug along. Going to chug through all that fertilizer, all that digestate, and going to produce a whole lot of stuff. Now, I'm going to go ahead and move this. And what's really cool is buying the biogas plant has made me reevaluate my entire stance as to what this farm is going to be dedicated to. So originally, the farm was going to be working mainly in arables. It was mainly going to work on, well, the first round here was going to be mustard. As you can see, we're still growing mustard. That's really kind of what we're stuck with at the moment. But I think this is going to change. I think this is now going to change to alfalfa, because the biogas plant takes alfalfa. Not only does it take alfalfa, it gives you a high yield output for everything that it does. You can see the sugar beet that we're cutting up and putting through here. We're putting in at 253 liters and getting out 227 liters of power, 1 liter of methane, and 76 liters of digestate. It's not that great, just this product by itself. We got it, so we might as well use it. But look at that. Alfalfa by itself will output 1900. So we actually get a power, like a net plus power by 300 liters of power. Methane's the same, but digestate, again, 636. That is up there with silage. It's going to produce a lot of power and a lot of more digestate. And that's what we're going to be gunning for. So I think the moment mustard is done, we're setting our sights on alfalfa. And the great thing about alfalfa, it's a grass crop, so it's going to grow multiple times a year, and we're going to get a high yield output. So I think this is going to work. I think this is going to work very, very nicely. But there's not a whole lot I can do for the rest of the day. As you can see, it's getting late. I'm going to go ahead and cut us out here, and I will cut us back when we get into the next day and be able to see just how much progress the digestate dryer is making. We're going to get some slurry in there to get that processing as well. We're going to get some good output. I think we're going to get some real good stuff. So, like I said, I'm going to go in, relax, say hello to the wife and kids, and pick it up tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It is bright and early, 6 a.m., and I was really wanting to come see everything. So we got almost 9,500 liters of manure that we can turn into fertilizer. We've got, let's see, 34,000 liters of cut sugar beet that we can transfer over to the biogas plant. We've got about 500 liters of stone that can get converted over. Let's go ahead and kick that on. Might as well just let that chug away and make some more lime. We're going to skip that one just real quick. See, we got tons of stuff in here. We got, plenty of stones, plenty of slurry there. Now, this 5,540 liters of solid fertilizer. That's just a few short hours overnight. Not too bad. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. So now, let's see. I think we can just go ahead and start loading up the manure into the old school fertilizer maker. And from there, probably go ahead and sign out. I think we got quite a bit done today. We did a couple of contracts. We're able to get that kind of rocking and rolling. We were able to get a whole bunch of purchases made. We went into quite a bit of debt in order to do it, but I think in the end it's going to be well worth it. We got the new dryer here. We got the wind turbines back there. We're selling off profit, or selling off, not profit, but we're selling off surplus energy to the electric company, which is amazing. Let's see. Let's go ahead and dump this. There we go. I just want to see something real quick. Okay, yeah, growing. Cool. Let's get that last little bit of manure. But yeah, I mean, I'm very, very pleased with how we've progressed here today, because we've gotten a lot accomplished. Now, we did go into quite a bit of debt. We're $400,000 in debt, but with everything we have going on here, even with that debt outstanding, we're still making profit with just the wind turbines by themselves. So we're coming out ahead of the deal. I'm very pleased, very happy with that. Go ahead and kick that on. Check it out. We're going to make a whole bunch of fertilizer here. Yes. Very, very happy indeed. But I think that's where we're going to leave off. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. The shows you're engaged with this channel, enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.